Hello there! I haven't done a video for ages and I thought it'd be about time I'd have a stab at another game. It's been a long time. So anyway, I picked Shape of America, a political role-playing game, Episode 1. I don't know anything about it, other than I think it's sat back in the 90s. Back in the 90s. I remember them. I remember the 90s. Anyway, let's just go. I don't know shit about this game, to be honest with you. I haven't had a practice run through or anything. Good evening. It's Sunday. We don't even get it's read to us. We have to read it ourselves. Sunday, October 31st, 1999, and you're watching ABS. So it's only just the 90s. I'm your host, Stan Blather, and here's the news. We've only got 1 year left until the next presidential election, and the race is already a close one. President Bolin is finishing his second term, and there are already more than enough candidates looking to fill his shoes. The latest polls show the current vice president and potential Democratic candidate, Art Gale, is in the lead. He promises to continue Bolin's streak of economic growth. That's Art Gale, the Vice President. As Vice President, I have invested in forwarding environmental protection, improving our educational system, and creating the Internet. It's quite a bold claim there, Art. I'm quite sure you didn't single-handedly invent the Internet, but we can't expect absolute honesty from our politicians. Art Gale. Do you think, is that supposed to be a bit like Al Gore? Environmental protection? We'll see. Meanwhile, the most popular Republican candidate is Governor of Texas, Buck Gerard Jr., son of former President Buck Gerard. Political dynasty, eh? Looks a bit like somebody from a political dynasty. So there he is. Anyway, Governor of Texas, a bit like another. So yeah, this is very thinly veiled. A very thin veneer of not being real. We live in the post-Cold War era, but even if the evil empire may have gone, evil still exists. There are still many people out there who would like to threaten our freedom. But it's still early. Both parties have a wide field of contenders and new candidates are still joining the fray. President Clint Bolin announced today that Global Internet Assigned Names and Numbers Association will take full responsibility of managing Internet protocol numbers and the domain name system. Well, that's light-hearted. There's Clint Bolin, President of the American Union of States. American Union of States. That's what it's called. I won't do it in a Bill Clinton voice. Today we are living in historic times. All times are historic by the nature of how time works. Our economy is stronger than ever before. The internet market especially is expanding at an ever-increasing speed. And due to its growth, institutions responsible for its oversight and maintenance have to be reorganised to become more efficient and economical. The President appointed Seth Kettle, former director of the National Institute of Technology, as the person responsible for the transfer. Now let's talk about something lighter. Today is Halloween, so get your candy ready for this year's trick-or-treaters. Our journalist Kai Andrews is in the streets of Villeberg to check how preparations are going. Kai Andrews, live from Villeberg. There are many kids in the streets all wearing their scary costumes. Every one of them hopes to collect more candies than the previous year. A little boy in a vampire costume told me that he is going to be sick. No, he's going to suck all of the sweets out of his neighbourhood, and then he'll be sick, I assume. Thank you, Kai. What a great news story. I bet you're chuffed you've been put on that. Back to our studio. And I'm kind of glad that news thing ended there. I was getting a bit jaded with that. Bernard Virgil. Hey, waiter. Can I get some service over here? Yes, how may I help you? Young man, you won't achieve anything in your life if you only watch TV and pay no attention to what is really going on in the world around you. What they show you, TV, has very little to do with real life. Mind my words. Anyway, could you bring my check? He looks like a Secret Service dude, doesn't he? Narrator. That waiter, it was me. I knew there was something going on with that. Waiters don't look that cool in these sorts of games. That's right, it was the end of the millennium. The American economy was booming. The internet was radically altering the world as we knew it, and I was serving some old man. What was I supposed to say? I'm sorry, sir. Here it is. I have to say, the game volume is all over the place. I'm going to turn it down again, because it's a bit deafening. But anyway, so we'll just say, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry that I've kept you waiting. Here is your check, sir. That's fine. No problem. So, you've been watching the TV news. Are you interested in politics? I'm very interested in politics. To tell the truth, yes, I'm interested in politics and I'm worried about my country. That's good. Tell me, did something in particular interest you? Halloween. I love Halloween. I don't know, a part of me wants to be quite flippant, you know. Internet institutions, I mean, that's important as well. We're going to go with the presidential election because it's probably the most important thing, isn't it? Probably. I'm curious who's going to be our next president. Yeah, I know Gerard's father. He is a total bastard, but a very clever one. If his son is half as clever as his dad, he's going to win. But who knows? One thing I've learned during my life is that you can never be too sure about many things, especially election results. Anyway, thanks for your answer. You know, I asked you about it because I'm a politician myself. I'm interested in what regular people think about politics. I like to keep in touch with my grassroots electorate. So I'm already feeling like this is the '99 election between Al Gore and George Bush, and we all know who won that and what happened to the world immediately afterwards. But let's play this game. Should we make our excuses? Say I should go. Should we ask him who he is? I think that seems to be the most natural sort of thing to do. What can you tell me about politics? He's just going to say, "Oh, it's a dangerous game" or something. Did you like the food? I don't care if you like the food. Let's ask him who he is. Could I ask, who exactly are you, sir? Senator Bernard Virgil, at your service. I'm a member of the Republican Party for over 40 years. Well, if you're at my service, why am I bringing you your fucking dinner and your check? Bring it to me. Okay, what can you tell me about politics? What can you tell me about being a politician? Well, after all these years, I think that politics is all just a show. You never can say what you really think, but only what is good for your party, for your country, all just one big show. You only say what people want to hear. It's all smoke and mirrors. Power is nothing but a shadow on the wall, but a small person can cast a mighty large shadow. Do you like the food? Thanks for asking. The food was fine. Nothing special. I'm here to sit in peace. Not for fancy food. Why sit in peace? You're the one trying to strike up a conversation. Banging on about your life story. In fact, I should be at an official banquet right now. It's a tough life, isn't it? But I'm not even in the mood for talking to a bunch of people. You seem quite happy waffling on at me. I think I should go. Wait a minute. Where are you going? I'm the only client here and I've got a proposition for you. Ooh, kinky. I'm a bit bored and I like nothing better than a good discussion. Do you have a moment to talk with me? You might learn something, and besides you will get a special tip. Why not? Marvellous. Let's start. Throw down. Throw down. Nicholas Desma versus Bernard Virgil. Throwdown, what is this? It sounds like a sort of late night 90s wrestling thing. I think we'll go with a tutorial. Throwdowns are a form of discussion that is triggered when you have different opinions than your opponent. During a throwdown, it is not important who is right, but who is more confident about what he says. I have a feeling this is going to be how a lot of the game plays out. Throwdown lasts for a specific number of rounds. We've got 8 there, and we've got to start off with 50 points each. When a throwdown ends, the winner who has more confidence points, during every round each character can perform. This music is driving me mad. During every round, each character can perform one action. This music's horrible. Anyway, we can perform one action, so we can either abuse him, like that, boast, reflect, rhetoric devices, I'm quite sure what it means by that, or give up. The action called abuse decreases your opponent's confidence. There are a few types of abuse: standard, provoke, distract, and criticise. Each type of abuse deals different amount of damage to a different personality types. Another action is boasting. It allows you to increase your own confidence. There are 3 types of boasting. The stronger ones have a higher chance of failure. Reflect gives you an opportunity to prepare for your opponent's action. You can predict if he is going to perform abusing or boasting action. This seems like a really complicated game of rock, scissors and paper. If you are right, his action will be reflected and he will damage himself. Rhetoric devices are powerful actions, but they can only be used once, although you can buy them outside the throwdown. Temporize gives you extra rounds, deconstruction deals massive damage to your opponent, and exaltation boosts your confidence points. When your opponent has attacked you, you can use counter-argument, which will restore your confidence points. Repeating the same type of action can make them weaker. Try different combinations of actions against different types of enemies: phlegmatic, choleric, sanguine, melancholic. Jesus wept. Each one acts in a different way and is vulnerable to different kinds of actions. Good luck. I think we're going to need it. I don't know how much to give up. No, not really. Let's start off with a good old boast. Let's go with a standard boast. No, let's go risky. Oh, it seemed to work. I don't know what he said, but it's worked. Fantastic. Okay, so he's dealt me some damage of 2.1, but I'm still up on him. Next round, 2 rounds left. And I'm going to turn that music down again. It's fucking insufferable. Okay. Okay, so what should we do now? Let's abuse him. Let's criticise him, because he's a bald-headed Republican. Okay, they only dealt him a little bit of damage, but, we're still doing pretty good. It's not very effective. I'm an independent character. He's just boasted. We're still beating him. He must be a shockingly bad politician to be getting owned by a waiter. One round's left. We should probably... We should boast. Let's go for a standard boast. Because you don't need to get a lot of points. You just don't want to risk getting none. You are an untrustworthy... Okay. Well... Oh, it's the final round now. We might as well abuse him, eh? What do you reckon? Let's... Standard. Oh, we did it. We burnt him with that. It's a normal effect. Okay. And I've just got 2.45 damage from Bernard. So discussion ends and I'm the clear winner. I've got experience points. You got me. I think it's time to retire if a waiter can defeat me in a discussion. I think you're right, Bernard. I think you're right. Or perhaps you're a super talented person. Maybe you should be a politician. Maybe you got it right the first time, and maybe you should just retire. Okay, I won't bother you anymore. Good. You can go back to work. Thank you for the conversation. No, I thank you, sir. I think it's gently telling me to click on that mirror, door mirror. Hey Nick, the manager was here and he said that you can leave early today. Has he sacked me for insulting customers? That's great, I hope that our last client left a large tip for me. What's he left? $200. Pretty good tip. Pretty good tip for a, whatever he was, dick. What's this, a letter? Seth Kettle, Director of Global Internet Sign Names and Numbers Association, and Gareth Donovan, Director of the National Internet Numbering Authority. We have the pleasure to invite Mr. Bernard Vigil to the Grand Hotel to celebrate their fusion on Sunday evening, the 31st of October, 1999. Right, well, we're going to gate crash that. Look, this client left this invitation to a party at some serious event, and it's today, I don't know what to do. Do you think I should go there? I have no idea, dude. Do what you want. Actually, I can take it if you don't want to go. No, I'm not giving him the bloody invitation. No, Cinderella shall go to the ball. I will go there. I'm curious how this kind of party will look, and maybe I will have a chance to eat and drink for free. That's the spirit. Very strange art style in this game, isn't it? It's like, I think they're going for the kind of Windows 3.1 or 95, Windows 95 or something. Look, the 3.1 really was old. So, this seems like a menu screen, doesn't it? So, menu, contact, status, character, journal. We've got one action point and $200 from the tip. Presumably we get paid for being a waiter, I hope. Contacts, Grand Hotel. Visit. It's a Grand Hotel, isn't it? So, I went to that party. On that day, I had no idea that I was standing on the threshold of my new life. Ooh, he looks fucking creepy. Good evening, sir. Good evening. May I see your invitation, sir? Here it is. Thank you. Please come in, sir. The party has already started. I just think that's how he'd speak. Jesus Christ, they don't have faces. I tell you what, the 90s, they were weird times. Okay, well, you've got a drink, so I'm going to get a drink. Wine, sir? Sure, let me give it a try. You don't need to try wine, you know what wine's like. It seems delicious. Hey you, be careful. You could have spilled that on my suit. What, me? It's you that hit me. You shameless slouch. Oh, I'm going to defend myself. Another bald-headed bully. Don't you dare call me that. Is that a problem? I'll call you even much worse if I feel like it. Oh, I'm going to play your head like a fucking bongo, my friend. Okay, I think I might be getting a bit full of myself here. First round. Let's abuse him. Let's provoke him. Come on. Come on. Done him some damage. Have I? He started off with more points than I have. Well, that's not very fair. Shit. It's super effective. Okay, he's done 1.4 damage to me. We've got to come back with something now. We've got to come back with something really, really bitingly biting. Let's big ourselves up. Let's risky biggie ourselves up. And look, that's very successful. And I've raised myself up. But he's knocked a bit off me. Okay, so it's 53.61 to his 55.29. What are we going to do now? I think sometimes attack is the best form of defence. But it has to be said, defence is also a good form of defence. Counter-argument. I don't really know how to use that. I don't know really quite what I can argue with him over. Let's just abuse him. Let's criticise him. You're a bald-headed prat. Okay, that didn't do too much damage. He said he's the best, and... Okay, we need to... Right, okay, what should we do here? Okay, let's boast. Let's go for an extreme boast. Okay, we've got egg on our face. We've got egg on our face. That's not going to happen again. We are going to abuse your socks off by distracting you. Okay, that's done something. I'm closing the gap. Let's hope he doesn't have a really good attack on me. Okay, that's bad enough, but not too bad. We need to... I don't really know what this is. Let's try this. Okay, well it looks like it's got a 0 next to those, so we might have to forget about that. Let's be super abusive. Super. No, that wasn't good enough. Not very effective. And he's boosted himself up a little. It's the final round. What are we going to do? Shit. I've got to knock his socks off. We've got nothing. It's going to be all or nothing. Let's provoke him. Okay. That might have done it. Okay. We don't want him getting any more than 2 off of us. Well, there we go. We've won. Owen Oldfield. Your head, sir, is my bonker. And we've defeated Owen Oldfield. We've got another 100 experience points. Watch it, don't mess with me, and be careful what you are doing. That's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe. And if, as of when I do any videos, you'll know about it. Have fun, take care, and if you like this game, go and buy it.